So as we discussed earlier, based on charge of quantization, two types of problems are there. First one we have discussed. Second one is what? In 250 grams of water, how many charges are present, either positive or negative. Okay. So what is the question? Number of charges is equals to mass. They only given how much? 250 grams. Molecular mass. Mass of hydrogen is what? 1. How many molecules are there? 2. 2 into 1, 2. Molecular mass of oxygen, 16. 2 plus 16, 18. Avogadro number approximately 6.023 into 10 raised to 22. Right? 23. Next, charge. What is the charge of this one? How many charges are there? 2 hydrogen atoms plus 8. 2 plus 8, 10. So if you take approximately 3s are 6 ones are. Here how many zeros are there? 2 zeros. 1, 2. So what you can get? 25 by 3 into 10 raised to 25. 3 ones are 3 8s are 0.3. So the number of charges is what? 8.3 into 10 raised to 25. If dash charge, what is the charge formula? Same formula can be extended. Q is equals to NE. N we calculated into G. What is E? 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19. Next, the most important concept of this chapter, Coulomb's law. Based on Coulomb's law, we have different types of applications and synopsis are there. We will discuss all these synopsis and applications. So first, we should know what is Coulomb's law. So what is Coulomb's law? The force of attraction or repulsion between two charges. If we take two charges, let us take two charges Q1 and Q2. These two charges are separated by distance R. Then the force of attraction or repulsion, because if both are positive charges, they will repel. If both are negative charges, also repel. If one is positive, another one is negative, they will attract. So what is the force of repulsion? Is directly proportional to Q1, Q2, and force is inversely proportional to R square. So if the distance increases, the force decreases. So F is directly proportional to Q1, Q2 by R square. That implies F is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1, Q2 by R square. Actually, before that we should write one more thing, that is called K. What is K? Let's see. What is K? What are all the things? So here K is called dielectric constant, that is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. That value equals to 9 into 10 raised to 9. Again we have one more thing. What is that? Epsilon naught. What is epsilon naught? Is because these two charges force depend upon the medium they are present, right? So that is given what? Permittivity of free space. That value also is there. 8.85 into 10 raised to minus 12. So this is what? Epsilon naught. Next one is here K is equals to epsilon by epsilon naught. Means permittivity of medium by permittivity of free space. That is equals to force between two charges by force between two charges in medium. So these are the formulas we can use. For example, force between two charges is equals to, in air, how is the formula? 4 pi epsilon naught Q1, Q2 by R square. If it is in medium, the formula is what? 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q1, Q2 by R square. If you divide these two, Q1, Q2 by R square, Q1, Q2 by R square, 1 by 4 pi, 1 by epsilon, nothing but K. So what we can understand that is, if you place a charges in medium, the force decreases by K times. So F medium is equals to F air by K. Means when two charges are placed in air and the same two charges placed in the same medium at a distance, same distance, when the force decreases by K times. It depends upon the medium which we are going to place. So next, same type of question, let's see here. Two charges are there. Let us take two charges, Q1, Q2, separated by distance R. They are present in air. Now the same two charges, Q1 and Q2, placed in medium. So what happens? The force decreases by K times. What I want is, I want to get same force. So to get same force, what should we change? Distance. What should we change? Distance. How much distance we should change is R dash is equals to R by root K. Means when two charges are placed in air, the force is F. When the same charges are placed in medium, the force should decrease by K times. But to get the same force, we should place in medium and we should change the distance by R dash equals to R by root K. Simple logic. How we get F air is equals to what? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. F medium also we get same force na? Yes. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R dash square. Because both are same, if you divide, these two cancel, these two cancel. What is the remaining? R dash square by R square is equals to epsilon naught by epsilon. Reverse na? So what is reverse? K, right? R dash square is equals to R square by K. Square send there. What do you get? R dash is equals to R by root K. To get same force between in medium as well as air, we should decrease the distance between the two charges by root K times. So directly we can apply. Okay? Right. Next. For example, one more method is there. Charging by conduction. Two charges we have, Q1 and Q2. Or okay, this is Q1, this is Q2. So before in contact, the charges on this one is what? Q1 and Q2. If you make contact, what happens? The charge flows from charged body to uncharged body. Now what are the new charges? Q dash is equals to Q2 dash is equals to Q1 plus Q2 by 2, right? Means the charge on new charge on Q dash is what? Q1 plus Q2 by 2. The new charge on Q2 also Q1 plus Q2 by 2. Now the force F dash by F is equals to Q1 dash Q2 dash by Q1 Q2. Because both are present in same medium, K cancel. Both are placed at the same distance. Distance also cancel. What is Q1 dash Q2 dash? Both are same na? Q1 plus Q2 by 2 into Q1 plus Q2 by 2 divided by Q1 Q2. So the new force between the two charges is equals to F dash by F is equals to Q1 plus Q2 whole square divided by 4Q1 Q2. So when two charges are at a distance R, now the force is F. When they make in contact and place again the same point, the force becomes, they changes. So what is the new force is F dash by F is equals to Q1 plus Q2 whole square by 4Q1 Q2. Next, principle of superposition. What is principle of superposition is, principle of superposition. If, for example, general according to the theory point of view, if this is a charge, on these charges there are n charges are acting, Q1, Q2, Q3, Qn. They are at a distance R1, R2, R3, Rn. So the total force acting on the charge is equals to what? The F net is equals to Q1 on Q, Q2 on Q, Q3 on Q, Q4, Qn on Q. So F1 bar plus F2 bar plus and so on Fn bar. Means the net force acting on a charge due to multiple charges is the vector sum of all the forces acting on it. So F net is equals to F1 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 into Q by R1 square, right? Q1 into Q by R1 square plus Q2 into Q by R2 square plus and so on Q1 into Q by Rn square. So this is the basic formula, just we have learnt in the theory. Now how practical point of view it will come, let's see. Q, Q, Q. Now, what is the force on any point along the vertex? Means force on A, force on B, force on C, we should calculate. Anything will be same. This is equilateral triangle. As you get R, R, R. All are identical charges. So what is the net force? For example, on B, this is FAB. And this is, because both are like charges, FBC. And this is what? Angle. What is the angle? 60 degrees. So what is the force now? FAB is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q square by R square. AB, Q and Q. Distance is R. FBC also same now. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q square by R square. What they are asking, net force means resultant force. Both are acting at an angle. We should apply resultant formula. What that formula? F is equals to F1 square plus F2 square plus 2F1 F2 cos theta. Here if you observe that FAB is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q square by R square. FBC also equals to what? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q square by R square. F1 is equals to what? F2. So what you can write here? F is equals to F1 equals to F2 now. Let us take that F. This is resultant. Let us take that is F. F square plus F square plus 2F square cos 60 is 1 by 2. 2 cancel. How many F squares are there? 3. So what is the resultant force on any vertex? On any vertex ma. Either A, B, C, anything if you take that, it is what? Root 3 F. For example,